and welcome back to Life Changing Solutions Live. One of the awesome things of being live is sometimes we have some technical issues, so sorry for the delay. But we're here, and I am here with Barbara. Welcome. And she's actually one of the newest hosts on WCOBM, and her show is Get That House.
That's right.
So welcome, and why don't you share a little bit about the show?
So the show is actually going to be made up of segments that will educate buyers, sellers, and homeowners. So our first segment, which we're actually doing live tomorrow at 1 o'clock, is going to be all about the down payment assistance. So there's new programs that are rolling out, and we have flyers to show you, go through it, answer any questions. Between myself, my co-host, and our two guests, we're bringing some escrow people in. And we're just going to go through closing, what is closing, just so that people, anyone looking to buy or sell will actually go into the transaction knowing what they're doing.
So it's like an educational, show so let me, tomorrow you were saying you're going to have your guests and you're going to come on, and each week to week you're going to have different topics where you're going to educate people and also allow them to ask you questions, or how does that work?
Well, we'll collect questions ahead of time. So we'll have them written down on little index cards, and we'll try and research all the answers. So if anybody has any questions, make sure you send me a message on Facebook. It's Barbara Homes or LVNV Homes and Land. And, we'll collect all those, answer as many as we can regarding whatever subject, house related. Pool service, plumbing, whatever you need, we'll find somebody to answer those questions.
Awesome. So, and there you guys, your show's tomorrow, live at 1 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
So if you do have any questions, the best thing for you to do right now is to actually contact her and get those questions in. So again, it was Barbara Homes on Facebook, or
LVNV Homes and Land is my business.
Okay.
And they can message me direct.
So again, if you guys have any questions about whether it's buying, if you're in the market, if you want to sell, if you have any plumbing even.
Yeah, we have actually vendors that we work with that do plumbing, landscaping, pool service, everything under the sun. So anything they want to know, we can actually recruit somebody to come and sit as our guest, and we'll present them with all the questions, and we'll do it live.
That's awesome, because honestly, I know that when I first bought my home, that was one of the things. It's like being a new home buyer. It's a scary thing. It's, and I don't even know if this happens with multiple homes, but it really is like the questions that you have, and it goes beyond the finances. It goes beyond, what's my budget? Can I afford it? Let me get my credit. It really is like, if I want a pool, what do I need to do to maintain it, right?
Exactly. And that's the whole thing. I've owned 12 houses in my lifetime, but I've been in real estate for 20 years, and I've dealt with a lot of first-time home buyers, and it's really important that they shop around for their services, and they just go in educated so that they don't get taken. That's the most important thing. Is there's a lot of people out there just trying to make a buck. And they'll say, oh yeah, we fixed your AC, and they didn't even touch it.
And actually, just kind of, if you don't mind, I'm going to pick your brain and let's drop a few nuggets now. Again, we're talking about first-time home buyers or anybody who's looking to buy a home. Mm-hmm. Do you feel that it's important that they prepare before they buy the home? So again, using the example as a pool. If I think I want a pool, should I do the research, talk to vendors, check my finances before I come to you and say, I want a house with a pool?
Yeah, there's a lot of maintenance costs. So there's monthly costs, and your costs can go anywhere from $90 a month to $150 a month. And then if there's any issues, those are on top of that. So like with my pool last week, I replaced the autofill, $55. And that's on top of my services. So it just adds up really fast. So it's just really important to go in knowing what you're doing and knowing how much you're going to spend, because you can go broke really fast.
Yeah, that's really important. And in fact, and thank you guys all for for those who have joined us. But we have somebody here, Gabrielle. Hey, she says, I'm in the process of purchasing, and with all other business of life, it feels impossible to properly educate myself. What a great resource! Yay. So, yeah, you're definitely on the right track, because it really is important. Thank you for that, Gabrielle. No, it's it is important. It's those little things that we forget. Sometimes we get stuck on the vision of the house that we want, mm-hmm. and we forget the realities of life, not only our busy lives, but also what it takes. If we have a 2-story, the 2 units for the ACs, especially here in Vegas, it gets so hot, it's already scorching out there. Just so many things, landscaping and
water for your landscaping.
Water, that's right.
So irrigation.
Yeah, and so all of that stuff, these are things that you must consider before you actually, take the plunge and buy a home. Is consider all of that. And it's not just my dream home, it's everything that it takes to maintain it.
Right. And there's a process to buying a house. And you just don't contact an agent and say, hey, I want to buy a house. You actually, you do contact an agent and say that. We will point you in the right direction to get started. So first you want to talk to a loan officer, get a pre-approval, make sure all your documents are in so that nothing happens during the process, and then we'll set up listings so that we can figure out exactly what you're looking for. And everybody has a wish list. So then you have to say, well, what if there's one thing on the wish list that you have to leave out, what is it? And we'll go through and we'll just go and look at some houses and just keep looking at some houses, trying to get kind of, an idea of what you're looking for.
That's awesome. And again, that's one of the things that I look for too, is when I do business with anybody, it's important for me that you're looking out for me. Again, I'm really big about the win-wins and creating partnership and collaborative growth. So I'm in the market for a house, and I'm going to go to you to real estate, but I don't want to feel like I'm just another number. And it sounds like with you, it's again, you take the responsibility to educate everyone and be like, okay, there's a process, it's more than what meets the eye, and I'm here with you,
holding your hand the whole time.
Right, through and through. And so I really appreciate that, because that's really what, for me, that's what business is about, is creating the win-wins. Of course, we are in our professions, we get paid, but not at the expense of our clients or the expense of others. So thank you for being you, and I'm looking forward to watching your show tomorrow.
Thank you.
So again, tomorrow at 1 o'clock live,
yes.
Right? Get That House here on WCOBM. And how do we get a hold of you with questions, or even if we want to buy a house?
My phone number is 702-235-9298, and you can also email me at realestategroupnv@gmail.com.
Oh, well, thank you, Barbara.
Thank you.
And you guys stay tuned. I'm going to be put on the hot seat. A friend of mine is going to be interviewing me. So I'm a little nervous. So stay tuned. Bye.